cons about social networking. Social networking has begun to make people believe that chatting to a website is a acceptable form of socializing. Those kind of people have begun to make social networking sites such as Facebook and Twitter as their only source of socializing. Another con about social networking is the amount of information that you're putting there that may not be appropriate. Seeing drugs, sexual content, or religious content might be the difference of an employer hiring you or not hiring you.
You know, privacy is a cornerstone right in our society. It's something that all of us who've grown up and gone to school and now are parents know is incredibly important in our own lives, but most of all in the lives of our kids. And with the extraordinary technological changes in new social media platforms that have evolved over the past 5, 10, 15 years, issues about privacy have come to the fore in ways that have quite simply never been true before. We want to address those today, and we want to talk about what this means for parents and kids, for the industry, for schools across the country, and also for government leaders like Chairman Leibowitz and Chairman Janikowski. At the end of the day, at Common Sense Media, we have sort of one very fundamental responsibility, which is to speak out in an independent and nonpartisan way on behalf of the best interests of kids and families in this country. And so all of what you're going to hear from Common Sense today is going to be through that lens, because we feel that privacy is an incredibly important issue in their lives, in my life as a parent, in all parents' lives, and quite frankly, in all of our lives across the country. So Common Sense Media commissioned a poll, we believe it's actually the first of its kind, to try to gauge the feelings of both parents and teenagers about privacy in this rapidly changing digital media landscape. And we also wanted to give voice to their thoughts and their concerns, and I want to just give you a very brief summary of what that poll said. First of all, there are about 7 or 8 major findings that I just want to summarize for you. I think the first one that we saw is that there's quite somewhat of a disconnect between the way that the technology industry views privacy and how parents and kids in this country view privacy. In fact, parents in general do not trust that the technology industry alone will protect their kids' privacy. 3/4 of parents that were polled, and there were there were about 2,100 parents, 2,100 adults who were polled by Zogby about a little more than a month ago in doing this poll. Parents, by 3 to 1, or 75%, said that they would rate the job that social networks are doing to protect children's online privacy as negative. And 68% of parents said that they are not at all confident in search engines keeping their private information safe and secure. This is a very fundamental thing that we at Common Sense see. We reach millions of parents every month, and this is not a big surprise to us, but it underscores the concerns that parents across the country have about privacy in this rapidly changing world. The second thing that parents said in the poll is that 88% of them would support a law that would require online search engines and social networking services to get users' permission before they use personal information to market product.
Un beau jour, tu te rends compte que t'es pas doué pour les cours. Tu fais demi-tour, tu préfères jouer dans la cour de ceux qui kiffent pour te faire des sous et toi tu fourres dans la merde. Tu donnes des coups, tu prends des coups, tout d'un coup tu te retrouves vers les barreaux. C'est pas possible de continuer, faut trouver un boulot. À la sortie y'a pas moyen, tout le monde te tourne le dos. Tu vas galérer, c'est clair, la vie a un goût amer. C'est en ouvrant les yeux que tu te rends compte que ce monde est pervers. Mais lâche pas l'affaire, certains sont nés avec une bonne étoile de fou et à la misère. Après on dit que l'argent facile, c'est ce que tu préfères.
You know, of the 500 million users of Facebook, 360 million of them roughly are outside the United States. And it's really changing the social and political landscape a lot more in some of those countries than it is here, because they don't have cultures that are as open as ours is. So to have a tool like this that is such an incredible empowerment tool, changing society to become more open is a much bigger deal, even in a country like Chile or Paraguay or Jordan or Israel, of course, is more like the U.S. But you can't name a major country. You can't really name a country except for North Korea and China. I can't really think of another one off the top of my head where Facebook is not one of the major forms of communication now being used, and in most cases the largest social network. So just one or two quick final thoughts on the future of Facebook, and we can talk about all this. But Facebook doesn't really want to be a website. That's something that's hard for people to realize, but long term, Facebook's goal is to avoid being cannibalized by some new entrepreneurial service on the internet by becoming something other than a service on the internet. And to take this incredible scale they've achieved and the fact that they've turned themselves into a platform that is used for applications made by others and extend that to basically every website on the planet that chooses to use their service, and basically bring your friend relationships wherever you go on the internet. So they want to be infrastructure that allows you, as a member of Facebook, to sort of bring a social experience everywhere you go. And not even only everywhere you go on the internet. Because as we all increasingly carry around cell phones or mobile devices that are internet connected, which we're all going to be doing all the time, whatever's on the internet is on our person and pretty much live all the time. If it's not happening now, it's going to be happening 5 minutes from now. And Facebook wants to basically allow us, whatever we're doing, to be able to invoke our friends, to find out if you're walking down a street, what stores on this block did my friends like? Facebook will make that possible within the next 2 years, easily.
La place d'un père, la place d'une mère dans une famille, la place de deux êtres chers sans cesser mais pour la vie, unis par leur volonté, par les sentiments en commun, simplement réunis, on craint rien, enfin c'est ce qu'on dit, mais pas toujours ce qu'on voit. J'ai demandé pourquoi, on m'a répondu c'est la vie, puis-je donner mon avis, faut que je reste en dehors de ça, quand l'amour se transforme en haine et qu'on se déchire devant moi, voilà ce qu'il en est, et ce n'est pas autrement, comprends tant d'engouement pour l'histoire de mes tourments, le temps évolue. J'ai fait face aux soucis, j'ai grandi, maman est là, mais papa est parti. Et là j'ai compris que t'as préféré tourner la page, j'étais pas du voyage, dire que je te croyais au paradis.